Fall is in the air, and across the country, walnut trees are ready to share their bounty. But there's a secret to walnut harvesting that many farmers don't know. Timing isn't just about the calendar date. Today we're going to show you exactly how to tell when your walnuts are ready, how to harvest them for maximum profit, and the mistakes that could cost you half your crop. Stay until the end to learn the one simple trick that could double the storage life of your walnuts. Let's start with the most important question. How do you know when your walnuts are ready to harvest? Nature gives us clear signals if we know where to look. The first sign appears in late summer when the green hulls begin to soften. If you press your thumb against the hull and it leaves a dent, your walnuts are getting close to harvest time. Most farmers get excited when they see the first nuts falling and rush to start harvesting. But here's something experienced growers know: the first nuts that fall are often the problem nuts. They might have insect damage or disease. Wait until about 80% of the hulls on your trees start showing cracks. That's when you know the main crop is truly ready. The hull is the green outer covering that protects the nut inside. As harvest time gets closer, these hulls will start to split and turn from bright green to yellowish brown. Some farmers call this the splitting stage. If you crack open a nut at this stage, the membrane between the nut halves should be brown, not green. Green membranes mean the nuts need more time on the tree. Weather plays a huge role in harvest timing. You want dry weather for at least a week before you start. Wet walnuts can grow mold, and nobody wants that. The best harvesting happens when the temperature is between 65 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. If it's too hot, the nuts might get sunburned after falling. If it's too cold, the hulls won't split properly. Now let's talk about preparing your orchard for harvest. The ground under your trees needs to be clean and smooth. Remove any sticks, rocks, or tall weeds. Many farmers mow their orchards short and use a roller to flatten the soil. This makes it easier to find and collect the nuts later. Equipment preparation is crucial for a successful harvest. Whether you're using simple hand tools or mechanical harvesters, everything needs to be cleaned and checked before harvest starts. Clean equipment helps prevent spreading diseases between trees. It also keeps your nuts cleaner, which means less work during processing. For small orchards, basic harvesting tools include gathering poles, collection baskets, and gloves. Poles should be lightweight but strong, with hooks or prongs at the end for reaching high branches. Collection baskets need good ventilation to help the nuts dry, and always wear gloves. Walnut hulls contain chemicals that can stain your hands black for weeks. Larger orchards might use mechanical tree shakers and sweepers. These machines need careful maintenance before harvest. Check all the belts, chains, and hydraulic systems. One broken part during harvest can cost you days of valuable time. Many experienced farmers keep spare parts on hand just in case something breaks. Now let's talk about actual harvesting methods. There are three main ways to harvest walnuts: natural drop, mechanical shaking, and pole harvesting. Each method has its place depending on your orchard size and market requirements. Natural drop is the simplest method, but takes the most time. You simply wait for the nuts to fall and collect them regularly. This works well for small orchards where you can check the trees daily. The advantage is that most nuts are fully mature when they fall naturally. The downside is that nuts left on the ground too long can get damaged or stolen by animals. Mechanical shaking is the fastest method and the choice of most commercial growers. A machine grabs the tree trunk or main branches and shakes them for a few seconds. Nearly all the ready nuts fall at once. But here's a pro tip. Shake early in the morning when branches are more flexible. This prevents damage to both trees and nuts. Pole harvesting sits between these two methods. You use a long pole to gently knock the nuts from branches. This works well for medium-sized orchards, or when you want to harvest particular trees before others. Many farmers use poles with hooks on the end to pull down higher branches for easier harvesting. Once the nuts are on the ground, they need to be collected quickly. Nuts left on wet ground can spoil within days. In dry weather, you have more time, but it's still best to collect daily. Some farmers use mechanical sweepers that gather the nuts into rows for easier pickup. Others use simple hand tools like nut rollers or gathering baskets. The hulling process comes next. This means removing the green outer hull from the nut. Some nuts will fall from the tree already hulled, but many won't. Small growers often hull by hand, while larger operations use mechanical hullers. Either way, don't let hulled nuts sit in piles. They need good air circulation to dry properly. Drying is perhaps the most critical step after harvest. Fresh walnuts have too much moisture to store safely. They need to dry until the kernels inside become crisp but not brittle. Most farmers dry their nuts until the moisture content reaches about 8%. This usually takes 3 to 5 days in good weather. Temperature control during drying is crucial. The best drying happens between 65 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Hotter temperatures can damage the nuts' quality and make them taste bitter. Colder temperatures make drying take too long. Good airflow is just as important as temperature. Many farmers use fans to keep air moving around their drying nuts. Storage and sorting come next. Walnuts need to be sorted by size and quality. Larger, unbroken nuts usually bring the best prices. Any nuts with visible damage or that rattle when shaken should be sorted out. They might still be good for processing, but they won't bring premium prices in the shell. Proper storage can keep walnuts fresh for months. They need cool, dry conditions away from strong odors. Walnuts can absorb smells from their environment, which can affect their taste. The best storage temperature is around 35 degrees Fahrenheit with about 65% humidity. Many farmers use cold storage rooms or converted refrigerators for this. Now you know the professional secrets to successful walnut harvesting. Remember, timing and proper handling make all the difference between premium prices and average returns. And that trick we mentioned for doubling storage life? It's all about quick drying and cool storage. Join us next week when we'll show you how to market your walnut crop for maximum profit, including some specialty markets most farmers never think about. Don't forget to share your own walnut farming experiences in the comments below.